Matthew McConaughey opens up about the two types of fear that have shaped his life and career. Matthew McConaughey, known for his profound approach to life and career, recently opened up about the two distinct types of fear that have significantly influenced his personal and professional journey. In a candid interview, the Interstellar actor reflected on how fear, something often perceived as a negative emotion, has played a pivotal role in his growth and decision-making process over the years. At 55 years old, McConaughey continues to be one of Hollywood's most reflective and introspective figures. His willingness to explore deep emotional and psychological territories has made him not only a captivating actor but also a profound thinker. In the interview, McConaughey revealed that he embraces fear rather than running from it, understanding that it has both a light and a dark side. His insights into how fear has shaped his life offer a rare glimpse into the mindset that has fueled his career longevity and personal growth. "I love being scared," McConaughey admitted with a smile. "We are all happier when we lean in and take the risk of stepping into some blind spots, those unknowns in our life." His perspective challenges the conventional idea that fear is something to be avoided. Instead, McConaughey believes that fear, when approached with the right mindset, can be a catalyst for personal evolution and creative breakthroughs. McConaughey explained that fear has manifested in two primary ways throughout his life: the good fear and the external fear. Both types have shaped his decisions, relationships, and career choices in profound ways. The good fear, a gateway to growth and adventure. The first type of fear, which McConaughey refers to as the good fear, is rooted in the excitement and anticipation of the unknown. It's the kind of fear that signals the beginning of a new adventure, a doorway to growth and transformation. "I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but I can't wait to try," McConaughey said, his eyes lighting up as he described the thrill of stepping into uncharted territory. "I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's on the other side of the door. I don't know what kind of adventure or experience I'm going to have, but I can't wait to find out." That's a good fear. That's a reason to go for it. For McConaughey, the good fear is about leaning into life's uncertainties with courage and optimism. It's about trusting that even though the outcome is unclear, the experience itself will be worthwhile. He described moments in his career when this type of fear has pushed him to take roles that were challenging or outside his comfort zone. "I remember when I first read the script for Dallas Buyers Club," he said, referring to his Oscar-winning role as Ron Woodruff, a man diagnosed with AIDS who becomes a pioneer in alternative treatments. "I was scared. The character was complex, the story was intense, and I wasn't sure if I could do it justice. But that fear, the good kind, it pulled me in. It made me want to dive headfirst into it." McConaughey explained that this kind of fear often arises when he faces creative or personal challenges that demand growth. He sees it as a positive force, one that signals an opportunity to break new ground and explore new facets of himself. "I've learned that good fear is a sign that you're about to grow. It means you're stepping into territory where you're going to learn something new about yourself or the world. That's the kind of fear that you lean into, not run from." This mindset has also influenced his personal life. McConaughey noted that many of the most rewarding experiences in his life, from becoming a father to taking on new creative projects, began with the fluttering nervousness of good fear. "When I held my firstborn for the first time, I was terrified," he said, laughing. "But it was the good kind of fear. I knew my life was changing forever and I was stepping into something completely new. But that fear made me more present, more alive. It made me want to be better." The external fear, rooted in uncertainty about others. The second type of fear that McConaughey described is more complex and challenging. Unlike the good fear, which comes from within, this fear is tied to external factors, particularly other people's intentions, values, and commitment. There's another fear that comes up when you're heading into an unknown situation, and you don't know if the people around you are as serious about the work as you are, McConaughey explained. That's the kind of fear that can hold you back because it's not about your own ability, it's about whether or not you can trust the people around you. McConaughey shared that this type of fear has appeared frequently in his professional life, especially when working on films with new directors, producers, or co-stars. "There have been times when I've signed onto a project and halfway through, I've realized that the people I'm working with don't have the same level of dedication or passion that I do," he said. "That's scary. Because then you're not just worried about your own performance, you're worried about the whole thing falling apart." The Serenity actor admitted that this type of fear has also shown up in his personal life, particularly in relationships. "That can happen in relationships too," he said thoughtfully. "You meet someone, you start to build something, and then you realize that they're not as invested as you are. Or maybe they don't share your values. That's a different kind of fear because it's not about the unknown, It's about realizing that the foundation you're building on might not be solid. McConaughey explained that navigating this type of fear requires a different approach. While good fear can be embraced and used as fuel, external fear requires discernment and boundaries. You have to know when to lean in and when to walk away, he said. If you sense that someone isn't aligned with your values or your vision, it's better to step back than to try to force it to work. Balancing the two fears. McConaughey's ability to distinguish between these two types of fear has been instrumental in his success. He credits his personal growth to his willingness to embrace good fear while learning to set boundaries when faced with external fear. The key is to recognize which type of fear you're dealing with, he said. If it's the good fear, you lean in. You go for it. You trust that even if you fail, you'll learn something. But if it's the external fear, you have to ask yourself if it's worth the risk. Are you surrounded by people who are aligned with your values? Are you stepping into a situation that feels true to who you are? McConaughey reflected on how this mindset has shaped his career choices. There were times when I turned down roles because the people involved didn't feel right, he said. And there were times when I jumped into something completely unknown because that good fear was pulling me forward. He concluded by encouraging others to develop a similar awareness of fear in their own lives. Fear is not the enemy, he said. It's a signal. The trick is knowing which type of fear you're facing and responding accordingly.